homies, so this is going to be part 2 of reupholstering your cushions for your couch. So you're going to take your cushion. This is the before of the cushion, and it has a zipper and some piping, but I'm not going to put the piping back on. I think I might do a different video where I show you all how to put piping onto your cushions. Then you're just going to unzip the back. I actually am going to reuse my zippers. I don't find any point of throwing away a perfectly good zipper, and I'm just going to remove the entire piece of fabric or casing off, and this is what the cushion's going to look like. That's just paint, guys. So I will be taking the top pieces off, the bottom pieces off, the zipper is still attached, but I just used my seam ripper and I got up in there and I've taken the top part off and the bottom part off, which is pretty simple. And so now I'm just going to take my seam ripper again, and this is what you're going to use to take all pieces off on the bottom and the top, and you're going to start ripping open each seam. Just get all that old thread out of there. If it's still sewn together, take it apart. But also remember to write down, or remember if you just have that type of brain, to remember how the pieces came, how you took the pieces apart, I would say. I usually write them down, so I would say that small little piece is 1, the zippered piece of fabric is 2, and then the final panel will be 3. So that way I remember how to sew it back together. And I'm going to lay out all of my pieces of fabric, and you're just going to start pinning down the individual pieces of fabric to your new fabric. And so this is usually the most time-consuming part, just doing all the pinning. But when that is done, you're going to cut everything out a little bit later. And I'm going to continue to take out the zipper. So this part of the zipper is the same thing as any part. You're just going to pretty much turn it over and start ripping out the threads that are attached to the fabric. And you'll be able to see exactly where those threads are. And then sometimes you can just rip it, but if it's your first time, don't go ripping stuff. You don't know how sturdy that zipper will be, because you don't want to break the zipper if you don't want to go out and buy a new zipper. So that's basically how I'm taking the zipper out of the old fabric. And also another tip, make sure that you do not unzip the zipper all the way to the top. You see how I have about a good 4 inches of zipper that is closed up? That is because if you unzip it all the way, it will split, and it's very hard to get a cut zipper, because more than likely these zippers were longer originally and they got cut. So you don't want to not be able to put it back together. So only leave about a couple of inches of space there. Alright, so once you finish separating the fabric from the zipper, you're just going to simply start cutting out all of your pieces for your cushions. And I made my pillows reversible, so I could reverse them anyhow you want. You don't have to do it. This is just the design style that I chose. I wanted to do reversible cushions if I was feeling tropical on one side or feeling plain old pink, but that was just a design choice. Just repeat the same steps with a different color fabric if you choose, but other than that, you should have just cut out both pieces on each side. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut out the zipper fabric for the side panels that go around the cushions. And then there are going to be notches, and they may not be necessary notches, but if you see any notches on the edges of the old fabric, cut it out anyway. They're usually there to help you know where to match up the fabric so it can fit properly back over the cushion. So to help me with the zipper, you're going to need your iron and press out a seam. I used the old piece of fabric to let me know exactly where the crease would have been. So I pressed it at first with the old piece of fabric on top. But sometimes it doesn't give you like the perfect crease. So then once you just get a little crease, you take your iron and you just press it really crisp without the old piece of fabric. And so what you're going to do, this is where you're putting in your zipper. So you're going to pin your zipper with it open. Now make sure you do not zip it all the way up, because then you will not be able to put it back together sometimes. But you're going to take your pins and you are going to pin one side to the zipper, and you're going to be lining up the fabric along the teeth, not past the teeth, but along the teeth. You don't need a zipper foot for your machine. Usually lots of machines come with their own feet. But you're going to sew, I would say, about 1/4 away from the teeth of the zipper. And you're going to do your lock stitch at the end. All right, so it's time for the second part. So now you have your one piece put onto your zipper. You just want to test it. It can close just fine. It's perfectly fine. But you're going to close it up now. So now that when you put your second piece of fabric on, that those pieces are even. Because if you do it separately, it may come out all wonky. And this way it ensures that each piece will be on there evenly. And once you zip it, the fabric won't buckle or bunch or anything if it's already closed. And it's smooth when you pinned it, then it's going to be smooth when you sew it and take the pins out. So you're going to repeat the same steps on the second piece of fabric, laying your fabric about on the very edge of the zipper, not the teeth, but the back part of the teeth of the zipper. And you're going to pin them down, and again you're going to sew your second piece at exactly the same, about 1/4 of an inch apart. So these are my 2 pieces that I have left for both sides of the zipper, and now I'm just going to take the other pieces that were attached and I'm going to sew those on as well. So this will be the next piece that I will be sewing down, and then the other pieces that were attached to the old fabric that I've cut out from my new fabric will be then sewn on to this next part, and then it will become one big circle. Hey homies, it's your girl Ashley, the Handy Home Girl, and I know this is the end of the video, and this should be like some more of the tutorial coming at this point, but sad story, very, very sad story. I don't have any footage of how I ended the cushions. Thought I had some. I don't. And I'm really sad. But I'm going to do my best to talk you through the rest of the video with the actual cushions. The finished one, I'm going to take it off, everything, turn it inside out. And then, of course, I'm going to do more couches and more chairs with cushions. And so that time I will get the ending footage. But I think I got the hardest part down on video for you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this off and just kind of talk you through the end. I think where we ended off in the video was actually putting the top fabric and the bottom fabric on. And also, I got you through putting the zipper, which is probably the hardest part. And I'm going to do a very detailed zipper video for those. Give this video a thumbs up or leave a comment in the box below if you want a detailed how to put on a zipper video. I'll definitely do that for you if you want that. But so far, just taking this off. and I'm going to turn it inside out. All right. So this is where you've done all your sewing. And of course, like I said in the video, you are going to need a sewing machine for your cushions. So where we left off was we were doing the side panels. So everything that you have taken off, I'm pretty sure that you've taken it off piece by piece. And you have recut it out, you have sized it, all that stuff. You cut out the notches that were there, and then you're just gonna sew it back together in the exact same order, right? So that is for this side panel all the way around. You're gonna sew it together. This whole side panel here, the whole pink panel, you're gonna sew that together, each piece by the seam. So here's the seam for where the zipper starts, right here. There's a seam for that, and this comes around. And then here's the other seam, and then here's the other seam where the zipper ends. So that is now one circular piece, right? And those notches, now remember, those notches are important because they tell you where to place your side fabric onto the top and the bottom panel. So I use those notches to match them up with the seams, or if the top and the bottom patches had a notch themselves, then you match notch to notch. Like I said, I will be doing another cushion for you guys so you can actually see what I'm talking about. But you're going to match up your notches, right? And then it's simple, straight up there. Make sure that you leave a space. Your zipper it should be all the way closed when you're sewing up your top or your bottom panel, but leave like that much or a little bit more, as long as you can get your hand back in there and zip it. Because if it's closed and you sew your top and bottom panels on, you're not going to be able to open it back up and turn it inside out to put it on your cushion. So make sure that there is a hole for you to go in and do that. So I sewed on my bottom panel, right? So that goes on first, or you could sew on your top, doesn't matter. Or you sew on your top panel first, right? And it's just, pinning it. Hopefully you understand the pinning. And like I said, I will do another video on this, but you're going to pin it. And then once you sew it on, you're done. So you go inside like this. Once you're done sewing, you open up your zipper all the way. You turn it inside out. All right. And you put it on your cushion. The foam is just a little much. But yeah, guys, I was absolutely sick when I'm searching high and low for this footage, and either it got deleted or I don't know, or I didn't do it. I don't remember. I really don't, because I did both cushions. But I know you guys have been asking me, Ashley, where's the cushions video? I'm so going to do it. I have to do another one now. I know. That's okay, though. All right. So that's in. And then a little bit more. Zip it on up. If you want to take your cushions off and wash them, you definitely can. But yet, this is how I finished the cushions. I'm pretty sure that I got you far enough where you could hopefully figure it out. And hopefully that my explanation was a good enough explanation for you to get you through finishing your cushion. Contact me, email me, Instagram me, tweet me. If you have any questions, I could talk you through it. We can FaceTime, chat, all that jazz. And I will definitely get you through the process of making and completing your cushions for your couch. So this is the part 2. Part 3 to finish your couch will be coming up next week. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey, homies. You can find more DIY tips and tutorials at thehandyhomegirl.com. And stay up to date by subscribing to my blog and my YouTube channel. And you can also follow me on Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and Instagram. See you later, guys. Bye.